First day I show up and you go and you check in, you get your camis and all that stuff. And so now I can still remember the smell of the beach, the seaweed. And so that's the first time that I got to look at the ocean that I'm about to go spend 6 months. And at that point, I knew it was the world's hardest military training that you could possibly endure. And a
So,
lot of people
before
quit.
we start, I want to know what time we're in, what time of the year.
This was, oh, that's a great question. It was class 238. I started. It was, I think, at the end of summer.
Okay, I just want to be painted. I want the whole picture as you're telling the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, it was end of summer because I didn't make it through Buds the first time. I went through three classes and they got injured and had to come back, which that's why I say ignorance is bliss. Not knowing what I was truly getting myself into. Remember, I hadn't seen any videos. I didn't know all the details about first phase, second phase, third phase, the big test of Hell Week. Actually, the first time I ever swam in the ocean was in Buds, swimming through the surf.
Wow.
I remember that smell, and that smell will never leave my brain. For some reason, I remember that. It was, we were tortured in that surf zone. I hear the waves. But the first time, and this is actually something kind of funny, is there's a group of us that you get to have a roommate, and you're in these barracks that there's four people to a room. It was an old building at the time. I think they've redone everything because it was over 20 years ago. But you get a couple of guys in a room, and we had this brilliant idea of, well, if we're going to be surf tortured, that's where everybody quits. Let's go practice. We went down in the middle of the night, and there was a couple of us. We went and laid in the ocean and surf tortured ourselves. The dumbest thing you could possibly do. If somebody's out there thinking about going through Buds, don't go do that. You're going to get enough. There's no reason to do it. But it was like we were anxious, excited. You had that Christmas morning feeling of running downstairs to go see what's out there. Well, don't worry, Buds is coming. It was the dumbest thing that I laugh at myself now of like I was way too eager to jump in that ocean because I was afraid of it. In the back of my mind, I was kind of scared because it's a big scary thing, the ocean, and not
Terrifying.
having ever
Yeah.
swam in it, and now I've got to go swim through the surf zone that I had never experienced the power of the ocean of these waves just beating you to death and then pushing you down. And here I am, I'm about to go and learn how to be a Navy SEAL, or at least train to be a Navy SEAL through this torture device called the ocean. It was interesting that when I showed up for first phase, like I said, ignorance was bliss, but it also got me into doing some really stupid things like surf torturing yourself before you actually went and got surf tortured.